Live here in half an hour, right after The One Show.
Hello there and welcome to The One Show. It's Tuesday and we are live on BBC One and iPlayer with Jermaine Ginos.
And Alex Jones. Now, after last night's Emmys, award season is in full swing and we have a winning lineup on the sofa tonight.
Yes, including Hollywood star Paul Giamatti. He starred in over 100 films and TV shows, including Billions, Sideways and Saving Mr. Banks. Now, he's just won a Golden Globe and a Critics' Choice Award and is now being tipped for an Oscar. It's all for his brilliant performance in his latest film, The Holdovers, and he's going to be telling us all about it a bit later.
He will indeed. And he's not the only actor on the sofa tonight because Neil Morrissey, Faye Ripley and James Buckley will also be here to tell us how they've struck gold with their latest thriller, Finders Keepers.
And on a night like this, nothing warms you up like a nice home-cooked meal. And later on, we meet the man who missed his mum's cooking so much, he flew her over from Italy to cook in his kitchen. And now he has a restaurant full of authentic Italian mamas making mouth-watering dishes. We book in, aren't we?
Absolutely.
We are going.
Absolutely. And what about this for a feast for the eyes? Artist Adebanji Alade has been to Eastbourne to capture thousands of starlings, putting on one of winter's greatest spectacles.
Oh, that is gorgeous. Lots coming up, but first we have a film on fostering. Now, it's a subject that we've looked at before, but this time it's from a new angle.
Yeah, and if it's something you've ever thought about doing but assumed you don't have time to commit, you might think again after watching this. Here's one former Olympian to tell us more.
My name is Fatima Whitbread. I'm a former world record holder and world champion javelin thrower. I was abandoned as a baby by my biological mother, and I spent the first 14 years of my life growing up in children's homes. Then my life changed thanks to a foster carer and javelin coach. When I met Mrs. Whitbread through sport, which was my saviour, I realised then I could suddenly start to dream about what my future would hold. It was an amazing transformation, living in a loving, caring family with the Whitbreads. Very lucky. But whilst my foster mother was able to combine a career with fostering, many find it difficult. Here in Newham, a new scheme run by the council and non-profit organisation, Now Foster, hopes to change that by helping people with busy lives and demanding jobs care for young people on a part-time basis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Foster parent Laurie Kilby is co-founder of the organisation and says weekend fostering gives children an additional safe adult alongside their long-term foster carers.
What we want to do is lower the barrier to entry so that more people can explore what foster care is and have the joy, the fun, the adventure that I do. And the idea is that you wrap around this child and support them throughout the duration of their life. You grow with the child, you're not learning about 10 different children. You are focused on the experiences of this young person and how you can meet their needs.
And with the national shortage of foster carers estimated at around 10,500 according to the National Fostering Group, this is already encouraging more to sign up, including small business owner Poonam.
Hi Poonam, how are you?
Who is about to become one of the first foster carers under the new scheme. Why does part-time foster care work for you?
I'm busy, I work full-time, but weekend and part-time foster caring means that you are able to have that commitment, which doesn't impact on your full-time job. When I envision what does part-time foster caring look like, it's let's go to the Lake District, do all of those things maybe a long-term foster carer either doesn't have the capacity for, doesn't have the resources for.
Yes.
That is my aim, to have as much fun as possible.
Of course. If it proves to be a success, the hope is that this pilot scheme will be rolled out across the UK. Another way fostering is being encouraged is through businesses. High street giant John Lewis is one of around 160 companies that are fostering friendly, meaning it gives staff like full-time foster parent Daniel an additional week of paid leave to attend things like training. So what are the real challenges then, in fostering children and having a full-time job?
I think it is just the time commitments that the fostering brings. Every child will have several meetings that you have to attend that will always be during the working week. I'm not going to lie, it is hard, but it's much more rewarding than it is hard.
Daniel says the paid leave has been a game changer for him and his foster children.
I don't think in the modern world, the cost of living crisis that we're in, people can just foster and not have other forms of income. In the past, to go on a mandatory training course for first aid, I would have taken a day's holiday to do that, whereas now I can take that day off work and use my holiday with the children, which is so much more beneficial.
The outgoing chair of John Lewis, Dame Sharon White, is responsible for its new fostering policy.
We know that if a young person comes into a business, or indeed if a foster carer has more support, not only is it incredibly motivating for your people, but actually it creates real engagement and real loyalty to the business, and before you know it, we've made real impact.
I really hope this pilot scheme in Newham is going to be a great success, because the greatest gift you can give a child is the love and security of a home.
Oh, thank you, Fatima. And what a huge difference a foster carer can make to someone's life.
Very, very true. OK, time to welcome our first guests tonight. It's Neil Morrissey, Faye Ripley and James Buckley. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thank you.
Oh, look, it's the dream team. We are going to talk about your brilliant new drama in a little bit. But of course, Neil, you know, that must have struck a chord with you, because you've talked openly before about growing up in the care system. What did you think of that?
Yeah, well, I was brought up in a care system, and then I was fostered for the last 2 years when I had to, because I had the choice of either go to a working boys hostel or carry on. I wanted to carry on and do my A-levels. So I put a notice board up on the sixth form college notice board and said foster parents urgently required. And I managed to get some. And still good friends with them. But this scheme is a really good idea, because when you're fostered, that's it, because there's a kind of a parental system around having your own children, etc. So you can have an uncle or a grandparent or someone who can then look after the children. But when you're fostered, you're still officially under government care. So if you've got someone that is also trained up in the ways of fostering and registered, then it gives those foster parents those weekends to be able to have their relationship as well, and to be able to have time off. It's a brilliant idea. Yeah, I'm still friends with my my foster family.
Oh,
yeah, I give them free drinks in my pub.
Oh, brilliant. It's great that you talk about it so openly as well. You know, it makes it...
yeah, because, I mean, why would you not?
No,
I mean, the point is that, you know, you can still achieve, you can still have dreams.
Of course.
You know, it can still work out, everything can still work out for you. Totally. In some cases, better.
Definitely. Right, let's talk about the drama, shall we?
Yeah.
Finders Keepers starts tomorrow. I've been told it's kind of a cross between Breaking Bad and Antiques Roadshow.
Which I love.
I mean, sounds great.
Yeah.
What else can you tell us about it, Neil, without giving too much away?
OK, the quick rundown is that I play a character who's a local historian and also a detectorist. And he has a small engineering firm. The long and short of it is that there are financial problems that get revealed within my family due to a partner of mine who's on the missing list. And I am kind of forced into taking my potential son-in-law by my daughter on a detecting day out, which he is so not into. But we find a hoard. And we find a hoard that, according to me, would be very, very pricey. And rather than when you find a hoard officially, because the Queen and now the King owns everything, you're meant to declare it. It then goes off for evaluation, and then they give you that valuation or a portion of it, because 50% of it goes to the landowner, and that's how the monies are then split up. But I get kind of convinced that perhaps it might be better for all our financial needs to take it into a different area.
Well, I mean, rounds of applause for a great sum up. Let's have a look.
You are going detecting with my dad.
How much is it worth?
$500,000? You can't just keep it. That's the law.
Finders keepers. That's the law. When was the last time we got a break? The mate reckons he'd be able to sell it for us privately. Who'd have thought, yeah, you and me, partners in crime. We are going to need to stick together.
You tell people it's all about uncovering history, but we all know the truth. It's green.
Oh, very good.
That's the most I've seen of it.
That's great.
So, James, as Neil said, you play Neil's future son-in-law.
Yes.
Relationships aren't brilliant in the drama, but in real life, you lot quite like each other, apparently.
We had such a hoot.
Right.
Brilliant time.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. We had such a laugh.
Trying to do serious drama with these two is like really hard work, you know. Everything's funny, everything's
Faye
a joke.
Ripley, I can't imagine. I'm so serious all the time.
Listen, we were looking for a treasure. We found a national treasure, obviously.
There you go.
We were lucky, I think. We were lucky because we had to film it quickly and it was hard work. But when you get a good bunch together, it's sort of...
Yeah, 4 hours in 6 weeks is like, that's like absolutely amazing work. And our director, Phil John, as well, I've worked with before. He did Good Karma Hospital, and Dan Sefton both wrote it. So I was used to the kind of team. And sometimes we'd do a rehearsal for a take and then do a take. And he'd go, right, moving on. And he'd go, what, only one take?
Yeah, I wasn't used to that. I don't have the confidence to... I like a good few goes. I feel like I've done something right. Just one take and be like, right, I've got what I needed.
There you go, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Faye, you play Neil's wife in the show.
Yes.
But, you know, I'm sure you're all going to be hoping that a lot of people are tuning in tomorrow to watch the show when it goes on. But apparently there's somebody you're hoping is not going to be tuning in.
What, not going to watch it? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes. I'm not going to allow my husband to watch this show. He's got his eye on a metal detector.
There you go.
Every Christmas, I get the wish list, and there's only one thing on it. And every year, I just push it away. I go, no, because we have a lovely marriage, and I want that to continue. I don't want you to go into a field.
This sounds like
but at
my
least
wife and
you
my golf
could have
clubs.
stolen one from the drama, one of the props. Then you save yourself a load of money next Christmas.
Yes, I could do that because they don't actually work.
Oh,
so I could.
right,
Okay.
Yeah.
But we were worried, James and I were a bit worried because there we are doing metal detecting and me pretending to be a bit of an expert and everything. But you know, I did a bit of research to find out how it kind of works and everything. But we don't know if the metal detecting mafia are going to chase us down after tomorrow night and say, that's not how you hold it. Yeah. Or why would you buy that machine? You know, you wouldn't find gold with that.
It's a hobby that a lot of people are passionate about.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to the letters.
Yeah. You're amateurs anyway, aren't you? You're amateurs.
What we did wrong.
Oh, brilliant. Well, Finders Keepers starts tomorrow at 9 p.m. on Channel 5 and My 5.
Now, we were talking about award season earlier on, and we have to say a big congratulations to Sir Elton John, because he was awarded an Emmy last night for his farewell concert, making him an EGOT.
Oof,
now, apparently there's somebody with an Emmy and a Grammy and an Oscar and a Tony award.
Very rare, very rare. And in just a moment, we'll be joined by actor Paul Giamatti to talk about his award-winning performance in the critically acclaimed film, The Holdovers.
It's brilliant. But first, here's artist Adebanji Alade with a brilliant picture all of his own.
I've come to Eastbourne in Sussex to witness a winter spectacle that's taking place not only here, but across the country. It's called a murmuration, where huge groups of starlings swirl and swoop across the sky. I haven't seen one before, but I'm hoping not only to witness it, but to capture it on canvas for the first time. Starlings are noisy, sociable birds. They live in large flocks, roosting in reed beds, and on structures like this pier. For the past 9 years, local landscape gardener and photographer James Ward has been photographing them. Why do these starlings fly in the murmurations?
There's a lot of people say they do it for different reasons, you know, for enjoyment or just for safety in numbers, I think. Basically, they've been out doing their business during the day, you know, getting a few worms and in people's gardens and stuff like that. Yeah. And then they just come back here to roost for the night and have a bit of fun and then go to sleep.
Do they maintain the same kind of shape?
It's strange because the first few will move and the others will move milliseconds later. Wow. So they all follow the same pattern. Basically, you're going to see thousands of birds creating some mad patterns in the sky, you know, like a rhythmic wave.
I know roughly what to expect, and James has suggested a good vantage point. As the starlings won't assemble until dusk, I'm going to prep the scene before they return to roost. So at this point, all I'm doing is what I call the bare bones of the whole scene. It's a simple process, the sketch first, and then when I'm satisfied, I go on into the painting. My work is already attracting some welcomed attention.
It looks amazing already.
Oh, thank you. So this is all in preparation for when the starlings come out. And I want to capture that spectacle today.
I hope they show up tonight.
When the starlings arrive, the sky will have changed dramatically. So I'm using a bit of artistic license. These are just some hazy colors that you probably get when the sun is going down. Because the painting really is not about this. It's about the birds. And just like that, we spot the first few starlings.
Here come a few more in from the side.
Yeah? Ah!
Yeah, they'll be coming in thick and fast now.
All right. As the numbers increase, the birds start to move in unison. They're really dancing now. There you go, look at that! Wow! Unbelievable. What they do, how they do it, why they do it, that's none of my business. I just have to paint it. Now, another sort of curve happens on the top here. You're showing off now. On the edges, the formation looks so perfect. Their jabs, their dots, these things are amazing. I am just mesmerized. And I'm not the only one captivated by them.
Way that they fly together, and when all this formation moves, is incredible.
I find it spiritually amazing, fantastic, love it.
We don't live in Eastbourne, but sometimes we'll come just to see the birds. It's a cheerful thing to see at this time of year, and I think it lifts people's souls.
After a 20-minute display, the starlings settle down for the night, and my painting is complete. I doff my cap. These guys are crazy. What a spectacle.
How brilliant was that?
Unbelievable.
Do you think you could do that, all that dotting of the birds and all that?
Absolutely not.
No, I don't think so. All these happen all over the UK, so if you're looking enough to capture any of that on camera, do send it in to us in all the usual ways, please.
Yes, time now to welcome a fresh Golden Globe winner, actor Paul Giamatti. Hello, Paul.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Welcome to the show. Paul, congratulations. The awards are rolling in for the holdovers. It is fantastic. You play sort of a cynical teacher.
Yes, I do.
And you dedicated your Golden Globe to the teaching community, didn't you?
Yes.
You hold them in very high regard.
I do. My whole family, all teachers, my parents and grandparents, and even the guy in this movie, he's cynical and he's bitter, but he still is a good teacher underneath it all.
Yes, he is.
And he cares. So that's why I did it.
What a lovely dedication to your family.
Thank you. Well, I revere teachers. They're a very important thing they do. Yes.
This is something I really respect that I'm about to ask him right now, because we've got a picture here of you, Paul, and I have to say I respect it massively. I mean, you went for a burger after your Golden Globe Award.
Yes, I did.
There you are, just chilling. Golden Globe on the side, enjoying life, eating a burger.
Have you been in and out?
A double-double.
So you know why I went for it.
I know why you went there as well.
It's a really good burger. No, that one's over by UCLA.
Were you surprised by that just going viral the way that it did?
Yes, I was.
I was
very surprised. I did not. Next time I'm going to eat in the car. That's what
I'm
going to do.
Bit of privacy.
Very surprising. Yes.
Well, as I said, we've been lucky enough to see the film. But for those who haven't, let's have a little look.
All right.
Every year at Barton Academy, students, faculty, and staff depart the campus for a 2-week winter break. But there are always an unfortunate few who have nowhere to go for the holidays. They're known as the holdovers.
You just earned yourself a detention, sir. Being here with you is already one big detention.
You're gonna get me fired. This is your Rubicon. Do not cross the Rubicon.
So the film's about a group of people who have to spend Christmas together at the school.
Yes, the kids who can't go home have to stay there, and this guy has to look after them.
So that's your character that has to look after them. So tell us a little bit more about your character.
Well, yeah, he's deeply disliked by all the students. Everybody hates him, and then he's left there in charge of them with the woman who runs the cafeteria. And then it gets reduced down to just one kid, and so the three of them form this kind of nice bond. These three sort of misfits come together who were very unlikely, create a little family for 2 weeks.
They do.
Yeah,
Now,
it's nice.
Your character, I think, is softer underneath than people think originally.
That's the idea.
But he is, he's deeply unstylish, and he's got a sort of a body order problem.
There's more.
He's got sweaty palms.
Super sweaty palms.
And you know what, right?
Yes, he's got trouble with his eye. Yeah.
It was written especially for you, though, wasn't it? I mean,
Yes, he was. was. Let me tell you, deeply flattering, deeply flattering. Yes, no. Oh, it's a wonderful character.
It is.
To play. And it all just makes him more of a misfit. I mean, it's actually a very, like, lonely guy. And that's why when he connects with these people.
And also, who's laughing now, Paul, with all the awards?
Who's laughing now? The guy who smells like fish. That's right. That's right. That's right.
I mean, there's some brilliant performances from the cast, including yourself.
Awesome.
Divine Joy and Randolph, sorry, Dominic Sessa as well. All won Critics' Choice Awards.
The kid has never been in a movie
That's
before.
the question. I mean, that is unbelievable. First professional.
Wow. He turned 19 right before we shot. He was a student at one of the schools we shot at. He still had a dorm room in the school. And so he was never done anything before.
Was it you that kind of like picked him out and was like, there's something I see in this kid?
They'd seen him and they showed me him and another kid and I was like, well, that's the kid.
What was it?
Face. Something about him, it wasn't even, his acting was great. And then there was shots of him just sitting and I thought him still not even saying anything. He was incredible. And I was like, he doesn't need to do anything.
Brilliant.
And he's amazing.
Yeah, he was brilliant in it.
Yeah, he's great.
Now, talking about first acting jobs, Faye Ripley has got a story for us.
Are you bringing up the thing I was cut from?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I mean, I call you a friend.
Forgive me for...
Yes.
Come on, it's a great story.
Because I was in... I think you're referencing the fact that I was in a film many years ago, and it was very, very exciting. And I bought a dress for the premiere, and it was Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah, not a vampire.
It was a big deal.
Bit different.
You mean that, though.
Yeah.
And, but I was cut. I was just like I was... Apparently, I was too good. So, like Sean,
they didn't prepare you. They didn't tell you.
Robert De Niro and Branagh, and and they went. You can't take all of that talent, and we'll save it for finders keepers. I don't know.
You shone too brightly.
That's what it was.
What about yourself, Neil?
Yeah. Well, I remember. Look, when I first started, as lots of people do, I had an agent, which is a bonus, and I used to just go up. He'd send me up for just loads and loads of commercials, and so I did quite a few commercials before I ever got my foothold in any TV programme. But quite a lot of commercials that you go for I didn't get, and this is one. I went in for this commercial and they said, OK, you walk in and you stand on the X, please. You stand on the X. And they say, you're a fridge, OK? And I go, yeah, and you're nearly empty. OK, how do you feel?
That's it.
I'm not joking. So I had to behave like a fridge. I said, can this fridge talk? Well, if you like,
Did you get the job?
No, I didn't get
that job.
I wish I'd got it.
Oh, wow.
So many commercials that I went for that I didn't get.
That's so strange.
That's
how weird.
Totally agree.
Well, Paul's film, The Holdovers, is in cinemas from Friday. Definitely worth a watch.
Definitely go and watch that. Right, next we're talking about a subject very close to my heart, indeed, actually. Food.
Very close.
And my favourite type of food, Italian food.
And if you're watching from home, tucking into a microwave lasagna, you might feel a bit shortchanged after this.
For many of us, our mum's cooking is our comfort food, and restaurant owner Pepe Casaro has made Italian mama's cooking the heart of his kitchens.
Arriving from Italy, the thing I was missing the most was ingredients cooked simply, which is what I grew up with. I was missing my mama's food.
So when Pepe set up his restaurant in London, he decided it needed a little help.
And I said, Mama, if I had this crazy idea, would you come over to London? And she said, Pepe, I'm coming tomorrow.
His mother, Anna Maria, joined Pepe and his sister, Sarah, in England often for the first few years. And the idea of La Mia Mama restaurant was born. The selling point, started by his mother, is that customers will experience an authentic Italian meal. 5 years on, they've brought in more than 40 Italian mamas to cook in the kitchen.
Some of the mamas have been since day one, and they haven't left since then because they wanted to stay. The average, they stay 3 to 6 months. What the mamas do, they keep the recipe the way it should be. They don't compromise.
Today, a new mama's travelling from her home in Treviso, near Venice, to London.
Finalmente a Londra.
To see if she can make the grade and join the team. Like each of the mamas who come to work here, Roberta will be put through her paces in the kitchen by Pepe's sister, Sarah.
This is mamas. They have to be good with the food. Like, they have to make something that when we try, we are like, wow.
If she's successful and is offered a job, her regional recipes may be featured on the menu. But like most new mamas, Roberta hasn't cooked professionally before, and she's excited about the opportunity to bring a family recipe to a wider audience.
Are you ready, Mama?
I'm ready.
What are you gonna cook us?
Polenta.
Oh, Mama, I never cooked polenta in my whole life. What do you need?
Water, salt, some oil, salame, and gorgonzola.
Okay.
As Roberta puts the polenta onto boil, the other mamas, Fabiana and Marta, are on hand to help taste Roberta's polenta.
Mama Marta?
Yes?
Try. Do you think we need salt?
Poco, perché avevo paura di esagerare.
And offer reassurance.
We are here for you. And
thank you.
When I come here, I'm scared because I don't know nothing. And then I feel like my home.
Okay.
The taste of the food is only part of it. Roberta's relationship with the other mamas will be key to her landing the job. So Pepe and restaurant manager Krisha are observing closely.
So Krisha, how's Mama Roberta getting on?
So they started arguing about ingredients and about how you call...
about everything.
Yes, how you call shrimps in south of Italy, in Venice and everything. So
she has to spend a few months with us. Obviously,
yes.
It's ideal, it's important that she gets on
yes.
with the mama, that they like each other.
Yeah.
So, what do the others think?
How are you getting on? How's she doing?
She was nervous at the beginning, but now she's in charge already in the kitchen.
Typical, right?
Everyone's in agreement. Roberta will fit in. But now for the taste test. Here's her cooking up to scratch.
Buonasera e finalmente come stai? Benvenuta.
Grazie.
So, like, you have to...
Pronte? Buon appetito. Buon appetito.
Roberta can only watch on as they tuck in.
Because isn't it good? It melts in your mouth. You like it?
I love it.
Yes, I like it so much.
Me too.
Time for Roberta to find out if she's joining the team.
Roberta, ti vuoi unire a noi allora?
Certamente.
We discussed it and we have all agreed that you are amazing and you are part of La Mia Mamma family.
It's a triumph for mother's cooking and traditional Italian recipes.
Hungry now.
Starving.
Paul, with a surname like Giamatti.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
You like that?
Very nice. Giamatti, yeah.
I'm guessing you in the kitchen.
Yes, I have Italian ancestry, yes.
Yeah. Well, in the kitchen, can you produce a few dishes?
No, I can make, what I can do is, carbonara is the one thing I can do, but that's not hard. You throw an egg and cheese and some bacon in there.
Still got to be good at it, though. Still got to be good. So.
Yeah, you can get
got to nail it.
Nice. Now then, James, we're having lots of people asking about the in-betweeners because Christmas time, apparently, you posted a little picture of you back together, an old picture.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
But it sparked a lot of conversation and people were wondering whether there's any chance of a little reunion.
There is.
Oh!
No, there's not.
I knew it was going to be. I knew it.
Wow.
No, there's not. Look at me. I'm looking at myself there. Look at this state of me.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest.
You are. Honestly. Anyway, thank you to all of you tonight. It's been brilliant. Thank you
we'll
so
be
much.
back tomorrow with Johnny Vegas, Johnny Lee Miller, Tanya Reynolds and Matt is here with Watchdog. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Every story